this potential to scale with Latin America is a real one. You've seen this graph. I've talked about some of these lower rates. I'm not going to dwell on that. And of course, the graduates who are feeding a large local IT labour pool. Daniel did a great job of talking through some of these issues. What I want to do is give you which companies or how you should consider a move to Spain. And I think there's two types really of customers that could benefit from Spain's global delivery model or value shore model. Those looking for an alternative India, those which have, I would say, relatively immature processes. Bear in mind 80% of organizations actually do have immature sourcing processes. And there's ways in which you can walk through some of those methodologies, I would say, to actually get there. And those that want to use Spain as a source of complementary skills. And those companies should look for specific functional areas or specific industry expertise, specific high-end skills that they want to source near shore. I would also advise those companies in the latter category to really figure out how the model can scale through Latin America and how their vendors propose to do that, what sort of growth plans they have in place, what sort of process foundations they have to do that. But for those who really want to use Spain as an alternative India, the ones which are relatively nervous about going to India, well, there's a step-by-step approach here. Now, you will get these slides, I trust, so I won't labour this point. But there are simple step-by-step instructions we recommend you take in order to get there. So you begin by auditing your applications and figuring out what the potential cost savings are. And you really have to think about how you use IT contract labour, because you will have some 2P, some pension rights, some redundancy considerations you might have to consider. Then you document the best practices, and this will really support the service level agreements that you strike with your vendor in Spain. Think about a pilot, and when you pilot, that really gives you an idea of how it will work from end to end, and make sure you don't pilot something which is mission critical or facing off to any business critical systems or processes that you have in place. And then focus on training up that business analyst function, because as a sourcing analyst, this for me is absolutely key to get right. Any sort of outsourcing, any sort of offshoring, any sort of global delivery, you have to make sure the business analyst is up to the task. They're the ones that translate what the line of business users want into what the offshore, value shore, right shore vendor can deliver. For those that want to use Spain as a source of complementary skills, well, it's pretty, it's straightforward. You do your internal preparation. You must have a transformation roadmap. You need to have great governance around the deal. I cannot stress that enough. You must be able to put in place the right governance procedures and processes and interfaces with the vendor in order to do that. And of course, you need operational control. And finally, if I to give you some next steps, I really do think the site visits will be an essential part of the sourcing process. And I've been on many of these site visits, and trust me, Katowice in Poland versus Malaga in Spain. For me, I left Malaga thinking, I could see how this could work. I really could see how this could work. But I think the important thing, joking aside, the important thing is to see how this will work, see how it works on Spanish soil, see the people that you'll have to work with on a day-to-day basis. See it, feel it, touch it, that's what they say. And I think you'll only get that when you go on a site visit and see how other customers are leveraging nearshore or value shore, and see how other customers and vendors have worked together to address some of the issues that might emerge. You might want to think about leveraging some of the regional autonomy, some of the local governments, because there could be some negotiation levers there on some of the business tax rates for setting up. You may be able to get discounts on a deal with location rebates, and that can all make the business case that much more stronger, more attractive. And of course, seek out local support. That's what they're there for. That's what Forrester does. But more importantly, this is what the ValueShore team can do, and this is what Invest in Spain here can do as well. They're all there to help you figure out how you can make this model work. So if you remember nothing else, it's this. Global delivery is used in most large outsourcing deals in Europe, and it's going to feature even more in some of the traditional resistance areas, such as, Germany, France, etc., etc. I expect to see in 3-4 years' time global delivery become the de facto model for IT service delivery. However, European firms in the UK, in France, in Germany, in Italy, in Nordics, they do need nearshore options, and they need those nearshore options in order to protect themselves against some of the risks. And I think Spain really does offer a credible nearshore destination. I've done the research, I've done the interviews, and the feedback I got was really, really positive. So on that note, I'd like to say thank you. I've actually written this report which lists out some of those case studies which I highlighted, and some of the benefits and some of the things to watch for. And you can get it if you go on our website, and if it locks you out, just send me an email and I'll send it to you directly as well. So with that, without further ado, I'll pass over to Harry there, and we can take the next speaker. Thank you.